That's also why Stellar's up 60% in 3 days.
Running.
And the super
It's still
interesting
cheap.
thing
That coin
is
looks cheap. Another thing affecting the
crazy,
space
bro.
market is, I guess people were really hoping that they were going to go out at 2 trillion initially, and now they're
Yeah.
saying like, oh, the valuation in space isn't high. It's only going to be at like 1.8 trillion. I'm like, guys, 1.8 trillion, the highest IPO in the history of the world. Like, people are like saying it's not high enough.
If anyone interprets that, like,
Yes.
I just see it as an opportunity for the best, like a generational buying opportunity. Like, if you bought the same house in 2008, it probably went up 500% in the next 15 years.
I mean, if you bought
Like,
equities 2 months ago when they were down when the war started, I mean, some of these stocks are up 50% since then.
Welcome to Bullish and Beyond. It's Beery the Bull. I'm your AI co-host. Join myself, Brian the Mac Man, and JT Knows Things while we dive deep into the world of stocks, crypto, and how to live a bullish life. It's time to get bullish, and there's no better place to start than right here. Let's dive in.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Bullish and Beyond, where we are bullish about all things stocks, crypto, and life. So much to be bullish about. The world is amazing. The stocks are hitting all new highs. Absolutely incredible. I mean, the S&P is on a freaking run. Absolute run. Bitcoin is falling though. We have alts that are still popping, and we're going to get into that later. You know, some of the picks we've had are going absolutely bonkers because of a Blue Origin rocket explosion. So what happened is Rocket Lab is taking a massive hit with this, follow-on trade that people are worried about space right now. All the space stocks are falling today, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
At the same time, the computer stocks are roaring. Dell is coming out with a new budget-friendly performance PC kind of aimed at that MacBook Neo price point. And NVIDIA just launched a CPU geared at the pro consumer market for creators. And that is creating a storm of new inflows in NVIDIA. NVIDIA is popping today. It was up over 4%. Things are going wild. The market is always wild, JT. What's your take, brother?
Well, one, it's clear that the AI trade and technology, that's not being affected at all by anything I talk about on the podcast right now.
It's hitting new highs every week.
Every week. Every
we're
week
on a
without
7-week
fail.
run.
Yeah. I was actually listening to Anthony Pompliano talk about how maybe the humblest thing you can do as an investor is admit the market is smarter than you and just basically go into momentum. And he quotes George Soros in the podcast.
Don't fight the market.
Yeah, George Soros says, if there's a bubble, I like to rush in and push it higher.
Yeah.
That's like how he plays bubbles, Keep
growing the bubble. If the money's there, I mean, yeah, it's gonna burst. But if you double your money and then you lose a little bit before you get out, okay.
You usually end up, if you bought right, you end up higher. That's how my crypto experience has been, right? Like,
I agree.
It does come down and it's very volatile. We're right now, Bitcoin's down 50%. It's trending down. We're down another 2,500 since last week, but I bought it at 4, 15, 19, 21. Like I made a lot of money.
You have to go down 80% for you to be, even close to your last investment.
Yeah. Like volatility is a gift if you're buying the right names, and
I feel the same way about like Tesla. Like, Tesla ran up to just under 500 the other year and then went back down to like 160 or something. Like that was a gift for anyone that actually believed in Tesla. And if I bought Tesla at like 13, so, still up over 1,000% at that price point. Yeah. So I'm never down, even though like it hurts. Just got to ride it right back up again.
That's right. I mean, if anything, if we talk about it here, that's when you add to a position.
I know.
Like
you have cash.
I'm not looking to sell. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking for prices. I'm looking for really good deals. I'm looking for deep value. Like I get excited in these times because this is where like I actually make my money as a long-term investment.
Yeah.
When these cycles hit, this is actually where you make money. It's how you buy, when you buy, right? Same house in 08 versus 2000.
Yeah.
Like if you bought the same house in 2008, it probably went up 500% in the next 15 years.
I mean, if you bought
Like
equities 2 months ago when they were down when the war started, I mean, some of these stocks are up 50% since then. I mean, even the mega caps. I'm not even talking like some small cap that could be up 1,000%. We're talking companies that are worth hundreds of billions,
yeah,
trillions.
pretty safe. Yeah, pretty safe.
Yeah. No, like
Yeah,
you know it's going to go back up. I mean, not like you don't know next week or next month, but you see an Apple, a Google, Nvidia down, like they're going back up. It's literally just a matter of time.
yeah. The only like even if everything happens the way I think it could with the macro setup, it is not the end of the world. If anyone interprets that, like I
Yes.
just see it as an opportunity for the best, like a generational buying opportunity. That's what I think will happen. Nothing will go away. Like the people that are, I think, that have their debt stacked wrong, like capital stacks will matter a lot. Who your bank
Yes.
is, how, what are your assets that are collateralized, how much is collateralized, what's your cost of debt, did you bake in, it going up 20%, like things like that. People that are well positioned are going to keep going, and you can just go look at their cash amounts. Like it's all public, right? It's a what is it, trail a quarter. So I mean, you're behind a little bit, but they're not going to spend
Well,
400
Berkshire
grand
has
in
the most
cash in a
cash, but
quarter.
they're also missing out on a lot of upside, like we talked about before. I mean, they sold Apple,
Yeah,
back at 180. It's literally at 310. Like
yeah,
their upside got smashed.
you know,
But they could deploy.
maybe
I
they
mean,
think
so
it'll
the opposite
go.
is I don't have
Yeah,
extra cash. I'm fully invested. So if the market does take a big
yeah,
dip, I can't just plow money into it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it really, you have your active. Well, I guess, yeah, you're, yeah, you got it's
It's because
active
I'm too
income, really.
bullish. I mean, I'm not pulling
Yeah,
back.
you
I'm not
just,
pulling back when there's a run. I'm just
yeah,
keep going,
throw it all in. Yeah,
all in, baby.
I in full transparency, throughout the bull markets, I stack cash. I don't
Yeah.
sell. I look at that as taking profit, right? Like in my personal, management. And I'm personally very well positioned for this. I think we actually have more downside to go. Um, I know I'd make a killing if I bought stocks, but I just know that crypto's in the second or third inning. Like we're just getting
Yeah.
started,
Still so
and
early.
the upside is, yeah.
That's
I
like
mean,
the
it's
AI
life
trade.
changing.
We're still second, third inning on that. I mean, yes, there's a
I
lot of money
agree.
into it. Yes, there's a lot of mega caps in this space, but they're going higher. I mean, AI is literally just getting started. And you can look at like just today's action, the fact that, Dell is up 55% since last week. Their AI numbers were wild in the earnings report. Their AI
Yeah,
server growth was up 400%. And then earnings
yeah,
per share went up 200%. Those
yeah. It makes
are
sense.
wild numbers. The company's, I mean, it's a $300 billion company that's doubling earnings per share.
AI demand is real.
It
It's
is
real.
soaring.
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember this. Hopefully the listeners caught this episode, but I talked about how like in an economic analysis, if you get it to a one-sided equation like oil as an example, supply is all you need to worry about because the demand is
Hmm.
infinite. We're
Yep.
seeing the real economic consequences of that, right? If demand is infinite, like we theorize AI is, like it's infinite demand. Like if we 100x our grid right now, we would 100x our AI capacity.
Yeah,
Like
people would buy it up.
infinite. The only yeah, the only limit is the energy, right? So, you
Power
know,
makes tokens, tokens make money.
that's simple. It's
Literally,
that
literally
simple.
that simple.
Tokens will become oil for the digital economy, which will
Yes.
grow from maybe the digital economy being 10 trillion right now because really it's just crypto plus all the other stuff you can do online to moving, the DTCC is an example. They settle 4.7 quadrillion a year. That's
What
4,700
is the
trillion.
DTCC?
the Depository Trust Commission. So they are the ultimate boss of the ledgers. So we talk about how the market's down after 5 because that, NYSE,
Is it
NASDAQ,
part
they
of the
need to
treasury?
reconcile. It is the
I'm
treasury
trying.
works with them.
Okay.
If you have a security, any security, right, or debt instrument, it is on the DTCC. That's
Okay.
where you can check if it's
Every
real or
money
not.
flow.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. And XLM just got announced. Stellar Lumens, it's an altcoin, just
Okay.
got announced to be the infrastructure that the DTCC is choosing. So they're
Really?
going to start building on Stellar Lumens in Q1 of 20. Well, they're launching in Q1 of 27.
Okay.
They're building right now on XLM.
This is just for
So
crypto to settle or something different, or what are we talking about?
this is for the DTCC to move all of its responsibilities on chain.
Oh, everything, not just
Or
crypto digital. We're talking all securities.
everything will be tokenized, brother. Everything
Yes, I
is
know.
going to be tokenized. Stellar Lumens seems to be the ledger that will track that.
Interesting.
And they
And the way to
do
play that
40
is XLM.
XLM. Yeah, that just got announced last week. I have a YouTube video out about it. It's actually ripping right now. I compare XLM and XRP. They've been thought to be like the Pepsi and Coke of this sector. This sector is very nuanced. It's semi-technical. It's called ISO 222. Very simply, there's this messaging system that every single government, all the internets in every nation, they use ISO to communicate because the languages are different and everything else, but the computers can talk the same language. So
Yeah.
there's like a universal language between systems called International Standards Organization, ISO.
Okay.
The 222 is a blockchain standard messaging protocol. So there's only 11 projects that are ISO 222 compliant that can work with the current systems
Got it.
moving our money. And by the way, it's 4,700 trillion. So makes Nvidia not even 1% of
Big numbers.
that. Big numbers, right?
But if you looked at
So,
Nvidia moved for the whole year, though, it'd actually be a quite big number.
and guess where every single trade is ledgered right now? The DTCC, right? At the end of the day, that's where it all pushes to, right? If
Yeah.
you're a custodian, you're a broker, you are registered with the DTCC, every single thing you touch will be sent to them. Like they are the ultimate boss.
But next year it'll be on Stellar.
First thing they're rolling out is tokenized products. So Galaxy, the tokenized stocks on Solana, all this stuff is going to be launched on Stellar and be working with the DTCC directly, which is super interesting. And that's also why Stellar's up 60% in 3 days. So,
wow, running.
And the super
it's still
interesting
cheap.
thing
That coin
is,
looks cheap. It's still down a lot.
It is cheap. It's at 8 billion. Its total market cap was probably 50 billion, so it's 70% from its all-time high, even with this 60% climb. And its closest competitor is priced at 82 billion. So the upside is significant. Yeah.
Sounds like a good time to dip the toes in.
Yeah, I mean, if they end up settling $1 trillion a year in volume, let's say, that would be insane. One, and two, you could easily see XLM being priced in $5-10 versus 25 cents. Now, this is not financial advice. It's just a math equation of the actual customer they just acquired and the size of capital.
The government.
The world. It's
the world. Yeah.
The world government. I mean,
you're talking the total addressable market is 4,600 trillion.
Yeah, thousands of trillions. Yeah,
that's
wild. The volume. Yeah, and XRP
is this one of the core holdings in your fund or not yet?
It is. It's a flyer for. It was a flyer for me because I did not expect them to pass all of the compliance checks they did. I mean, it's impressed me for sure. It's been in my portfolio. I mean, I was buying XLM back in 2019, 2020,
Okay.
21, 22. So like, I'm very happy. The fund bought it back in 2023, and we have not exited out of it. So our entry is really solid on it. It's definitely outperforming
Nice.
Bitcoin right now in the fund.
Oh,
So
wow.
I, for sure, XLM, and the other one's
Impressive.
hype. That one's going insane.
Should we get hyped
As
about
well,
hype?
but I think so. I was a non-believer mainly because of their moat. It doesn't exist. Anyone can launch a perp dex anywhere.
Oh.
Um,
I don't like
but
investing in things that don't have a moat. So yeah, why should we like this one?
yeah, what we like about hype is regardless of moat, 30 or 40 of the exact same thing have come out, and only two have managed to pull 15% market share. So people
Okay.
love hype. Like the people using it love it, right?
Raving fans.
Um, Raving fans.
That can matter more
Since
than the
they've been
moat. I mean,
able,
if no one wants to switch, like that is your moat.
yeah, like the design is the moat. It's stickier than I ever anticipated being, which is why I feel more comfortable with it now. Right? That's, as an investor, you
But
have
what's
to
the
see
what's
your
the
thesis
utility
play
of
out.
hype?
It is so it's a layer one. So you have to use the hype token to use its interface and its services, right? So it's native to the chain, which is super unique. I
Okay.
really like layer ones because they're great cash flow generating businesses. They just are. Layer ones make the most money out of anything else. Hype
They
has the
suck in their
number
own coin.
one. Yeah, like for a layer one, they have the most revenue. They're making 400 million a
Really?
month, maybe. Yeah. It's insane. And you know what they're
Wow.
doing with that? They give 20 something million. It's like 6%, right? They do a little bit of tokenomics with 6%. 94% is buying back the token and burning it by the team. So the supply is
Really?
being, yeah, they're
It's like
burning
a
the
stock
supply.
buyback. It's like Apple spending half their
That's
cash to buy
right.
the stock back.
That's how
You don't
crypto,
have
it's
to
one
you
of
don't have
many
to burn the
ways.
stock. You don't have to burn the stocks though. Once you get it back, you just hold it.
Yeah, they don't do that. They're just like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, we are going to delete the supply
Yeah.
through our revenue. That way the
Yep.
token holders get more and more value. That's, they want to incentivize long-term holders. And
I mean, the
from
strategy
a
works out well
speculative
for stocks, so I
perspective,
mean, it makes sense. Like, I don't
yeah.
know if there's a comparable like earnings per share goes up when stock buybacks occur for the company. Is there anything like that? Earnings per token? Does anyone even look at that number?
Before we get into the next topic, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. We bring content to you week over week from the market at Bullish and Beyond.
Hit that subscribe button now.
You can make it, right? You can go
Yeah.
on a dashboard,
But
find the
it's not. It's
data,
not.
and
I've
make
never
your own.
log on Robinhood, look at a coin. It
No,
doesn't like list that. It's not really talked about.
no.
Okay,
That's because I would say 99% of them
the
don't
earning be
make
so
any money.
small. Yeah, or it'd be like infinitesimal. You're like they make 1 cent
Yeah.
per token. You're like, never mind.
What I use to value them is simply price to sales almost. Like what is the
Okay.
price of the token relative to their sales, their gross revenue? Because you
Okay.
can find network revenue pretty easy. So I
Yep.
just do top line versus market cap essentially and find a multiple. And the worst one out there for all
Do you
my
have a chart
XRP
for that?
fans,
You see the top 20 by price to sales? Like, is that something you have?
I have, and I'm going to eventually show the world this, but I have built an in-house custom AI dashboard tool. So I have everything that I want. It's mine. It's
Okay.
my process that I've spent hours and hours on, but now it's really neat. I can show you off air, and then I'm
When you
teasing it,
launch your
guys, because
course,
I'm
that could
going
be
to.
part of an additional offering, perhaps,
It'll be exclusive to my
or
students.
VIP
Absolutely.
offering. Whatever.
It'll be exclusive to the students for sure. We got to figure out because it uses tokens. We got to figure out the pricing for it to make sense, but
Okay.
it'll be exclusive to my students. Absolutely. To
Like
start, it'd be
I
like
want
the
the right
alpha or
research.
beta
Like when I'm
test.
looking to make a new investment, like I want to figure out what
Yeah.
I care about and find that answer quickly.
With my tool, you just give it the token and wait about 5 minutes.
What
and
kind of
it
tokens
brings
do I use?
everything to you. Yeah, I mean, you would token. See, in crypto, it's weird. I meant AI tokens. It's going to cost me money to give this away, so
Oh,
I got to figure
I
out.
was thinking I was
Right,
gonna send you a
right.
Solana coin and get my information.
No,
No.
no. On this, it's
Okay,
just an
okay, okay.
interface with a dashboard. You type in the token you're thinking about buying, and it does so much. I mean, it's an institutional grade underwriting process that is automated
Okay.
and then visualized. So you get cool charts. All the information is brought to you with AI insights and things, but it gives you my letter grade. It gives you the kind of investment thesis around that letter grade and the
Nice.
different steps that you should take. Yeah, it's really neat.
That's sweet.
But yeah, so I have a custom dashboard now where I can just type in the token and look at it.
I love
XRP
it.
is the highest I've seen. It's at fucking 1380, 1,380 multiple on.
What?
Yeah, it's they made like $2 million in the past 2 years, and they're valued at 80 billion.
That's wild. Dude, there's companies that are, losing money and they're valued more than that. So yeah, it's out there.
I don't know what y'all are doing, but I mean, I own XRP. Don't get me wrong, but I bought it at
Dude,
2036.
SpaceX isn't making money yet, and they're gonna IPO at 1.8 trillion with a T.
Crazy. It's
Another thing affecting the
crazy,
space market is, I guess people were really hoping that they were gonna go out at 2 trillion initially, and now they're saying like, oh, the valuation in space isn't high. It's only gonna be at 1.8 trillion. I'm like, guys, 1.8 trillion, the highest IPO in the history of the world. Like, people are like saying it's not high enough. Like, I mean, give the stock some room to run on its first day. Absolutely,
yeah, it's going to be a sell the news. I mean,
it almost feels like if it goes too high, then it is a sell the news. Like, you're like, all right, well, this is just insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, think about a VC that bought in at 50 billion.
Seems like a good sell.
They're going to sell on open. Like,
if you didn't sell some, it wouldn't even be prudent. Like, if you literally need to lock in some of the profits, for your fund, like, it's like a no-brainer, right?
Fiduciary responsibility.
You'd have to sell some. Like, your board would say, we need to liquidate some of this. The profit's too high.
Yeah, you got a 50x sitting there.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it can still go to 100x. It could go 100x on day 2, but
right. Yeah, you got to take some chips off the table. So I expect selling pressure on open, but maybe the retail wave can carry it. There's going to be an insane
supposedly the
wave.
most retail ever involved on an IPO, and Robinhood is going to be running it. And I guess like 30% of the shares or so are going to be going towards retail, which is like kind of unheard of.
In what way?
Usually it's more institution, less retail. Like, the fact that they're going to actually have that many shares available is just like very unusual, because demand wouldn't be high enough for it to be bought. Now they know the demand is obviously off the charts, so they're able to push that much more to retail, and the retail traders are chomping at the bit to buy this thing. I mean, I know I want some. I'll buy it open, whatever it comes out at, frankly. Just want to get some exposure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe Elon Musk really is trying to spread the wealth as much as he can, He believes in that. He talks a big game.
But his wealth is going to be going up like crazy. I mean, he has 85% of the voting rights, but something like 30% of the ownership in SpaceX still. I mean, it's absolutely insane. So,
it's crazy.
I mean, his net worth could go up $500 to $700 billion just on the opening trade.
So when it IPOs, he'll be the world's first trillionaire, guaranteed.
Unless the stock somehow tanks, then yes.
Yeah.
If it's worth over $2 trillion, he's a trillionaire. Like, yeah, it's not a question. I mean, this is one of the reasons why his wealth has gone up so much in the last year. He's already worth, $800 billion or something. And it's frankly mostly in SpaceX. He has, I think it's maybe 15% of Tesla, something like that. So it's obviously still very significant, but it's in only a few hundred. It's probably like $250 billion of SpaceX, and then, $500 billion $250 billion of Tesla and $500 billion of SpaceX. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah. People are already talking about them like merging. And I guess some of these reports that are internal employees are like having these deep talks about it. So I guess it's like very
Yeah.
well known and maybe even trying to work towards it. But the problem is,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, multi-trillion dollar companies don't just merge. That's not normal. I don't know if there's any precedence ever. I don't think there has been. Usually it's big fish gathers up small fish.
I mean, the
But
first
in,
trillion-dollar company was in our lifetime. It was what, 2014, and
I'm
it
saying that
was it Apple or was it?
Apple
It was
hit a
someone.
trillion like 5 years ago or something. Yeah,
Who hit a trillion first? I
oh,
know it
maybe
was
that's
like recent,
Saudi Aramco, the gas company, oil company, maybe.
but it was recent. No trillion-dollar
Yeah,
company has ever existed until they printed
exactly.
enough money.
Yeah, it's literally in the
Like
last 10 years.
there literally wasn't
Um,
enough money going around in the world for
yeah.
anyone to capture a trillion.
Well, they would have to print more
Sorry.
money from Tesla in order to acquire SpaceX. Because I mean, yeah, where's this money going to come from? If you have an entity worth 2 trillion and Tesla's worth 1.5, Tesla needs to print over $1 trillion just to acquire it. But there's this massive dilution that I don't think enough people are talking about. And why would
Yeah.
you want to be diluted? Have those companies be separate. Have them have their own focus like they do. I get there's overlap. They own the Terrafab together. They employees I know, especially like in some material sciences and the battery components. I hear a bounce back and forth. I don't know who pays whose salary, but Elon makes that call. But no, in general, yeah, you'd think that just keep them separate and just have the same dynamic that people can go back and forth and you use the best parts and JV as needed.
Yeah. I think it should stay that way for sure.
Yeah.
You had an example off air. It was like 1.5 trillion each, just to make the math easy. So that's 3 trillion together, but the fully diluted value would be like 2.25 trillion, right? So
That's what I was
they
looking up, and yeah, they're
erase.
gonna get so diluted if they combine. It just
Yeah.
crushes the value, and the board's not gonna vote to merge and have the value go down by 40%. I mean, that wouldn't make any economic
So,
sense.
and
But Elon
then
controls
what
the
would
board of
be,
SpaceX. That's the difference.
yeah, so he could accept an offer if he can get the board of Tesla to extend it.
That's the only thing he needs to
Um,
do. He has to have I mean, the board of Tesla is, Elon fanboys, as far as I know. I mean, his brothers on it.
nice.
They're all his
Yeah.
like boys. It's not like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fanboy club. But at the same time, they are independent, people that I think they would have to come to some type
Yeah.
of a vote to do a merge like that. Um, investors not knowing, I think it'd be like, it sounds really exciting. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that sounds great. But
Right.
you get to the
Right.
unit
Right.
economics of issuing stock and diluting, and all of a sudden it just doesn't make sense.
And the retail investor, unless they listen to a podcast like this, would not be aware of that. Like, it's always retail that gets hurt in Wall Street. Like,
I
really,
know.
it always is. It always is.
Dude, the big boys get paid in
It's
that type
inter-
of deal. Like, yeah, they're not gonna lose out. They'll convert to some preferred share that won't dilute. I mean, like, there's so many things you can do behind the door that like the retail investor has never had a chance to do.
Dude, I bet Robinhood off the top is making 10, 20 billion IPOing them.
I
Like,
bet.
I mean, they're probably making, and that's just money. That's just
Dude, Hood is
like, hey,
still so down. I think it's the crypto trade just crushing it
yeah.
still. I need crypto to come
I
back.
mean, they're adopting crypto significantly. It's going to be the core of their business by 2028. I'm in. I'm a I guess a user of Bitstamp. They bought Bitstamp, right? So I have to move all my crypto over to their platform. They're going all in. And I don't think the
Yeah.
only person that I think has Hood right and has Hood right for a long time is Kathy Wood. I
She
think they're
called a long time
significantly
ago.
undervalued long time ago. And I think Coinbase as well. Like, I'm just reading the headlines on Coinbase. This is kind of our overlap.
Yep.
Price is down, but they are launching verticals like I've never seen. Like, they're in almost like an infrastructure race for institutions to launch their own stable coins using Circle because
Yeah.
they have 50% of the revenue, right? So now they're incentivized to
Heck yeah, they
do
are.
basically stable coins as a service, right? So they're out there doing that business now, which could be an insane amount of money for
Ooh.
them, right? They They might
There's
give
a new
free
term
1%.
for SaaS, stablecoins as a business.
And
Wow.
Coinbase is doing that now, right? They're
Yeah.
competing with one of
They have the
my
breadth and
alts
depth
that
to
I
make it
love.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Athena's could easily be wiped out by Coinbase doing that. So that's part of my investment that I
Okay.
watch right now.
I think they're
Then you
both
also have,
undervalued based upon tokenization of stocks coming out. Like people will be trading these tokenization stocks on Hood and Coinbase. Like those would be the two go-to platforms. I think Hood actually more than
yeah,
anything.
like just think about it this way. Like, what are the benefits of token for people out there that are like, okay, how is that a competitive advantage, right? The user experience that they could give you is the competitive
Yes.
advantage. So first and foremost,
24/7 trading.
365.
365.
Secondly, if you care about it, you can self-custody your stocks. So in this
Yeah.
scenario, you wouldn't be paying any middleman to custody your stuff. It
Right.
could be optional. So they could be like, hey, if you want to avoid these fees, you have to set up a wallet. And then you can take your stocks into a wallet. So now
Okay.
if Robinhood goes
That's
down,
never even
you
crossed my
still
mind
have
because you can't do it
you
today.
still have the stocks. You can self-custody your stocks. So think about the security, right? Like it's
If I self-custody, is this like the cold storage of stocks
yeah,
or no? Is that kind of where we're
yeah,
at? Okay.
yeah. Imagine that. You could put your entire net worth in a USB stick. Pretty cool.
But then if you lose it,
Don't do that.
I know.
yeah, don't do that.
I kind of
Don't
like
lose
that
the
my
boost.
wealth is tracked in the cloud. I don't have to think about, if a hurricane came at to the city and somehow I wasn't here to grab my USB stick, I just have millions floating down the intercoastal. Like, you know, that's scary.
Yeah. No, it is scary. So it's not for everyone. Another thing could be no fees ever on trades, like ever, because
Oh,
they're going to because on their
how does
side
that
they don't
work?
have any middlemen. They don't have any middlemen, right? It's all on a blockchain, right? So
Oh, okay. But would you
they
still pay
don't.
a gas fee or something, right? Like you do in a normal crypto trade?
If it's on XLM or Solana, we're talking 3 to 5 cents. They could eat
Per
that.
share, or you think just total?
No, if I traded a
Per
billion,
trade. Per trade.
if I traded a billion or $1, it's 3 to 5 cents.
Wow.
And it's instant settlement too. So like you would get the stocks and you would get the money. It would all happen
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I don't
this.
like if I sell a stock in my Robinhood, I gotta wait till, the next day for it to settle to get it back. I'm like, what? I sold it. Where's the money? I can't redeploy.
Right now today.
Instantaneous.
Right now. Instant. That's why those two
I can't believe we're not
companies
even there
are
yet
so
with that
well
stuff.
positioned.
I can't believe we can't instantaneously settle these things.
People think crypto's a scam still. I'm doing
I
all
know.
I can. I don't know. They think it's garbage. Like I don't know. Like it's happening. It's already happening. There's 4 billion in tokenized equities and things that are not cash, which are stable coins.
Wow.
If you take the entire real world asset market economy, it went from 0 to 400 billion if you include stable coins in the past 5 years. That is insane growth. I mean, it's
Yes.
unprecedented and it's just starting. I mean, people don't even know about this. The
They
second
need to
you
think
have
about
one,
it. I got my think shirt on, man. These people should start thinking.
that's right. They need to think. It's important. It's the future. And they're the best position to offer those kinds of services on top of their
Yeah.
interfaces being better and everything else. Like
I'm still on
they're
board.
great.
I got my mom to
And
buy Hood a while ago, and she asked me if you should sell it because it's down so much now. And I was like, no, don't sell it. It's
Buy more.
like
Buy
it's like
more.
oddly at a low. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, if anything, load up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially when you look at the TAM of like for not even the TAM. Let's just look at their competitors. Fidelity, right? Um, I don't know if you know their
Competitors are
market cap offhand.
mega.
They're huge, hundreds of billions of dollars for sure.
Yeah.
Like their upside is significant, and they will own almost all of the retail crypto flows, in my opinion.
So Hood right now is
I mean,
at 81 billion.
Okay.
And let's see what Fidelity is here.
That feels so cheap.
Fidelity's only at 22 billion. Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, so they're
That was
bigger.
that might be something else. Fidelity Information Services that just like randomly popped up.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah, I guess it is
theoretically, it is bigger. Theoretically, they could be a bank too. I mean, and
you can compare it to like a Charles Schwab, maybe. Is that a better compare? Charles Schwab is 152, so twice the size. The biggest difference I see just from my quick view there is that the PE is twice on Hood, because actually growing and Schwab is not.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a great comparison right there. Schwab and Hood. I like that.
Yeah.
Better PE, half the valuation. That's a good deal. As an example, but in general, they're really well positioned. One IPO, another crossover for us would be Kraken. I would say they are the third, like between Coinbase, Robinhood, and Kraken. There is no more room. They are amazing. Yeah. And then if you're not in America, it's Binance. That's it. Like
over in
Binance
China.
has LATAM and they have Asia.
Okay.
They do. I mean, Tron has Asia, but they don't really have. They don't have a centralized exchange. That's what we're looking at. So
interesting.
Binance has all of that activity, and then you have America, and we're that big of an economy where we can fit three in there. But they all could do it very well, And the banks are really worried about the yield because theoretically, all of these exchanges could become your bank. Like if your dollars were stable coins, they could give you 5% on cash you're spending. So like literally any dollar using at the gas station, that is making 5% when it's not being used. So you could have a card tied to your stable coins. And then you could also have a credit card tied to your equities. You could take out a line at a way better rate. If it's all on a wallet in one place, they could start offering
less risk,
all of these different services. And you could do it all self-custodied.
Yeah.
Like
so easy. Want a new card?
Cha-ching. Yeah, dude. You could have a cold wallet that you could tap and it'll use it.
There could be peer-to-peer credit cards, potentially.
100%.
So there's so much peer-to-peer lending already. So it's like, oh yeah, you want a credit card? All right, well, I'll stake you. There's some mechanics to that.
Yeah, like, or if you needed money, like, and I had a lot of stablecoin. This already happens with Aave and Morphos, why I love them. But on a peer-to-peer basis, yeah. I mean, you could put your tokens in a collateralized smart contract. If you don't pay me in 90 days, I get that shit, right?
Right.
But if you're making the payments, it never goes away. I can't touch it. I can't do anything about it. I get the cash flow. You return the capital, you get your stuff back. Like, and that could happen on a peer-to-peer basis across the globe. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Robinhood, Coinbase, Kraken, they could become
at the top of it.
And they could uproot a lot of the banks that don't adopt. So that's why they've been crushing.
And guess where you'll be doing those transactions? On your iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Apple has a big event.
Or your MacBook.
Next week. I mean, I got WWDC, the Worldwide Developer Conference, coming out. One of the reasons I got my Apple shirt on, but I always love Apple. And they have a bunch of new announcements. Man, they're going to show off a Siri app. Finally have a full-blown Siri app. Really cool. And Siri's going to have on-screen awareness now on the devices. They're going to show up a bunch of new AI stuff because they've been, kind of behind on AI, but also not investing crazy billions in infrastructure for it. So another reason why they're winning on the cash flow trade there. But yeah, it's really exciting what they're going to come out with developers. And this is going to be probably the biggest change we've seen with the AI happening on device. So I'm excited to see it. And they're going to have Gemini kind of fully baked in to run the things that cannot run on device. So that's going to be pretty cool. But OpenAI is pissed off. OpenAI is getting a little cut out over here. They actually possibly, I hear they might even try to sue Apple for non-compliance of the contract that they didn't integrate the ChatGPT feature properly or as prominent or something like that. I'm not, obviously I haven't seen the contract. It's not public information. I have no idea what it says. You can only speculate on it. But I wouldn't try to sue Apple because frankly, they'll just bury you in the court system.
Yeah, I mean,
This would be
And,
decided until
I think
2030.
people,
Like, yeah, it's like good luck.
yeah. And I don't think I think people are waking up to Sam Altman. I think they're waking up to OpenAI. I think they're waking up to
But Elon Musk
just
trial certainly did it. It was public now. All this stuff that they
yeah,
like had to share because they were legally required to. Like, how many backdoor deals they have going on and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not surprised.
it's gross, man. And the fact that they call it a not for profit and Sam has a $2 million Pagani and a $10 million, house but he only makes 76,000 a year and he's poor.
He has made
Like,
money plenty of other ways, though. I'll give him that, dude. He's invested in so
yeah,
many businesses with Y Combinator. He's an early investor in like in Instacart and stuff like that have just absolutely
yeah.
gone bonkers. So he's made a lot of smart investments because of his position at Y Combinator.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I personally don't like him. I don't really like the Anthropic team either, but I love Claude. I love their little tool. I don't know. I just wish people like that ran these companies were a little bit more human. Like to be a top AI person, you are probably the most robotic human. You can't help it, right? You're
The
probably on the
Anthropic
spectrum
CEO
or
seems
something.
less creepy than Sam Altman does. I don't know. I feel like
But
he's like the way he talks. It's
yeah,
just like I don't know. It's weird.
but you agree that all of them, outside of Jensen, feel creepy.
Who's all of
Is that
them?
fair?
I don't make too big of a bucket here.
Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, right at Anthropic.
Yeah.
Sam Altman.
Alex Karp's at Palantir.
Oh yeah, sorry, Alex Karp's Palantir. Sorry,
Yeah.
Palantir guy. And then the Anthropic guy who's escaping my brain at the moment. Those four, I'll just call them four.
Okay, a little creepy.
Touch a creep in different ways. They're not the same way creepy, but I just wish I had a bro like Elon's a bro.
They're all crushing it though, just to clarify. Like, they might be creepy on personality, but on paper, they are murdering it.
They're incredible at their job.
Yes. Dude, Peter Thiel has made so many smart investments. It's almost mind-blowing.
And I look up to the guy. One of the first books, it wasn't my first, but that's a lie, but one of my favorite books, I should say.
0 to 1.
His book, 0 to 1. I love that book. It communicates. I didn't realize I was a first principle thinker, like innately. When I heard his process like explained, I was like, this is the best, explanation of how I see things. And I was able to like identify myself as that. Because I've always been an entrepreneur, I'm very contrarian, like in everything I do. Like I've always just had this like against the grain mentality.
Yes,
and
you do.
It's because on the first principles, it doesn't make sense. So I disagree with it. And then I dissent against it. And then so it's like
why you're in crypto before everyone else even knew about crypto.
Yeah, I'm like, this is right up my alley, man.
I love
this,
that was dissent back in the day.
Yeah, but it's based on the first principles. Like once I explained the user experience, I knew about this user experience back in 2017.
Yeah.
It's taken 9 years for people to
play out.
And we don't even have it yet. It might be another 2 or 3 years before we have it.
Wow. Yeah. That's wild.
So, but it's all derived from first principles thinking. And that if you're trying to go long on tech, you need to understand.
Well, you explain what first principle thinking is for everyone. I think this is really important to share.
Yeah. So I think it's best with like a little story of how Elon Musk describes it, because they are all the PayPal mafia and they all practice this, right? And the example he gives, it was in a speech a long time ago, talking about how he made his batteries so efficient, right? And also how he got the roadsters on the road. He was like, okay, we need batteries. They need to last longer and they need to get more miles, blah, 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 blah. So instead of like going to the market and trying to find a vendor, which is what almost every business owner does, he broke it down into
what every other car company
actually
does.
Yeah. He literally was like, what is a battery? Right? So then you start looking at the components of a battery. You break it down as low as you can. And you're basically like, okay.
The actual elements we need.
Yeah, it's just
nickel. We need,
positive and negative
you know,
ions
whatever.
that are rotating, right? So then it's like, okay, how can we get those positive and negative ions either rotating faster,
Yeah,
right? Like recycling faster so we can, so that's regenerative braking, right? And then like you
yeah,
start looking at all these features and systems they have. It all came from him trying to understand what is a battery and how can we make that definition of a battery better, instead of looking for a battery in the market.
yes,
And that is the difference with first principles thinking. Like you take an idea and then you try to whittle it down to the smallest common denominator. And electric vehicles all boil down to a battery. And
yes.
then AI all
That's why
boils
he gets
down
rid
to
of so many
energy.
parts in the car, because those parts don't make the battery and make the car go. Just like, oh, that knob, yep, throw it away.
Yeah. 100%. And that's also how he got 2,000 Roadsters on the road. He took laptop batteries, took out all of the components, and hardwired their own battery pack using existing battery
Wait, I did
materials.
not know
But
that. Laptop
yeah,
batteries?
super interesting.
They're from
Yeah, he bought
Panasonic,
them.
maybe, or something. I remember hearing a lot about
I don't
Panasonic
know. He
back in the
bought
day.
them.
That's
He just needed
wild.
the components. So he bought like wholesale not destroyed, but like this battery
It
needs
could
to
be
be
close to
recycled. So it's like,
scrap.
yeah. So he basically found a way to make his own battery packs using,
Wow. I should have
so
sold
it's
him.
super.
I
That's
should have
how
sold
he,
him some of my old Macs I had. From, I've been great. I could deal with Elon.
maybe. Yeah.
Jeez.
But that's how in 0 to 1, that's how Peter Thiel talks about how he has made such great investments. It all comes down to the
Yeah.
first principles. And,
Yes.
you know, on this podcast, we talk about first principles a lot. One example being AI all the way down to energy.
Yes.
My oil investment, it came down to geopolitical conflicts all come down to the petrodollar. They do. Like first principle, it took me in that one specifically, like years to really think about it, to finally get down to petrodollar. Literally is why we've done any military excursion for the last
For
35 years.
decades.
It just makes it, yeah, it just makes sense to me. It's
Yeah.
the war machine. I get it, right? So oil makes sense. It's a long-term thing that is going. We have spent 20 trillion defending it as an example, right? So,
Crazy.
it's first principles can lead you to some amazing outcomes. And that book really, it's like 80 pages, super low
It
maintenance.
is
You
a
could
short
bang
one.
it out
Yeah.
in a weekend. Great
Everyone
explanation
should
of
read
the
it.
things that have made you and I both a lot of money. Even if we realized we were doing first principles
Yeah.
thinking or not, like we just have a word for it now. But that's just like
And Elon's doing that every
that's
day in his businesses. Like that battery was a great example. When you hear about how he's
yeah.
built his rockets at SpaceX, the ability to get them this much more efficient, and the latest one, this like Raptor V3, whatever it is, if you look at the physical engine, it has so many less components than the previous one. And no one, I mean, no one can make anything like this. I mean, that's why he's able to launch things so much cheaper than anyone else. It's almost hilarious looking at the design. You'd be like, where's all these components and hoses? So we engineered a way that we didn't need them.
Right. Right. And it
Because those
all
hoses don't
is
make
that
it go.
like,
It's getting down to
yeah.
literally nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
essence.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's really cool. And everyone that practices it like makes a crazy amount of money in tech because
Yeah.
if you understand the principles, you can see them repeated,
Yeah.
and
And
that's what my
everything is
thesis
possible
is,
besides breaking the laws of physics. Like he's like, there's nothing that can't be
Right.
done unless it breaks every law known to man.
That's right. Right. Well, you might even discover a new law of physics eventually. We're getting out into space.
He might create his own out there.
Yeah. Because
The
that's
Musk
actually,
universal law, that'd be interesting.
there's another little thing that people probably aren't thinking about, but in space, having a 0G environment opens up a wide swath of research opportunities for medicine, for energy, for propulsion. People they basically have, I don't know if you've seen
Well,
a
once you set
video
it
of
in
this, but
motion,
they
it
have,
doesn't stop.
that's right. That's right.
Crazy.
They try to they have these industrial sized vacuums for this stuff. So like they're 80 feet, 90 feet tall, concrete, and they basically purge all of the air to do different tests, but it's like hundreds of millions of dollars to try to get a vacuum, which is literally free in space. So like
Yeah.
there's so much
Yep.
that goes in, like it's actually really important for specific types of research. So, you know, he very well could
So,
discover.
some of these crazy things we're doing now, trying to create fission at these accelerators and stuff like that, they have to be in these environments that are, you know, whatever, to negative 300 degrees. Like, well, space is already negative 300 degrees. So it's like, if you can do something, and I know the setup is beyond technical, you can't just pop it out in space. But like stuff like that in the future, like, you know, decades from now, like, okay, yeah, these massive things that we have to create to like quantum computing needs to be at, you know, near the zero. It's like near absolute zero. It's like, well, space is almost already there anyway. So it's like, yeah, you can do some of these things that seem almost impossible now. It might just be normal later.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and think about all the money in the infrastructure, in the everything that needs to pump liquid nitrogen through a 4-story quantum computer to
Yeah,
get
the
a
thing
thousand
looks
qubits.
massive.
Like
Out there, it could just be
it's
the size of
insane.
a Mac Mini, just floating in space doing quantum.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of people don't know this. Just if you saw that picture of Willow, like beautiful copper thing, it looks terrifying. The actual chip is the thing at the very bottom.
It's still a
Everything
normal. It's
else you
still a normal
see,
chip. Yeah, it's still like a
yeah, everything
still a normal
else
chip.
you see above it is just to power it. That's it. So, like,
It looks like it's the size of like a house. Like you know, it's
it's
huge.
about 4 stories.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
massive. Yeah,
it's
it's
enormous.
massive. Yeah. And all that tubing that you see, the 80 or so wire, that's all liquid nitrogen. It probably costs them $10 million a minute to run. Like I can't
Yeah.
even. The math is insane.
So the
Like I don't
previous
know.
the SpaceX engines kind of looked like that, with all the tubing, not maybe not quite as
Yeah.
that extent, but then it went down to like almost none. So it's like you fast forward, another 10 years of quantum computing, like they figured out a way now to not need all that. And now they can run it, not $10 million a second, $10 a second.
The actual breakthrough we're looking for, in my opinion, is in the material sciences space where you could run it at room temperature. The reason we have to do it is the material we use is too conductive.
Yeah.
So you could start a fire.
There's someone that's like
explosion,
getting
not
close
necessarily.
to that. I read that they got some like
Yeah.
it's like an experimental size though, not a full blown quantum event, let's say, but like at least they're in theory getting closer to these things. It was using some different technology though. I think it was using like light or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, every
really
quantum
interesting.
computer uses light photons. That's how a
Okay.
quantum computer works, actually. It's super interesting, but they're basically I don't know if we have time for this. It's almost time for the podcast, but
We could do a whole
I've
podcast
definitely
on
done-
quantum.
I'm not an expert by any means. I am just a hobbyist. It is incredibly complex, but I probably know more than your average Joe about it for sure. It'd be fun to talk about.
Let's
It's all
save it
about
for another one. Dude,
superposition
there's
and photons. Yeah.
I am bullish on quantum in the
Lots of
future.
fun.
I don't want everyone to plug their money in right now, but wow, some of these quantum things happen. It's absolutely wild. I mean, right now, NVIDIA is having their annual event, Computex in Taiwan, and I'm sure there's going to be some quantum stuff there. I would not be surprised if quantum stocks go bonkers.
Yeah. Just for the lunacy of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have very little. I'm in Rigetti, if anyone is curious, but not a lot because it's so speculative and the revenues are not here. These companies are worth billions and they're doing like 15, 20 million in revenue. Like that's what my small business was practically doing. Like it's almost like hilarious. These companies are worth billions.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
This is why I'm bullish on life in the future because they say all these things that like, we could solve cancer in like seconds once this, quantum computer is, tuned up in the future. So it's like, dude, that's personalized medicine at a quantum level a decade or two from now. That is truly life and universe changing.
Yeah, I think if you were born probably in 1988 and, on, you're probably death could be optional.
Come on, man. I'm
So if you're
83.
listening-
Don't chuck me to the wind. Come on, man.
You're right. Maybe it's 1980. I don't know. 30 years. You got 30 in you. You'll be old, but it could be, they might give you a new body in 30 years.
So right now they're already figuring out ways to do, more than 1 year life expectancy per year. So like, it's almost like if you're alive this decade, in theory, you could get pushed out. And it all depends what kind of body you need. Like, if you want to be a robot the rest of your life, you could die in 10 years and maybe just be a robot. But if you can live another 50 years healthily, you might be able to live to 300.
Like lab-grown humans. Kind of crazy.
I mean, if you were to lab grow yourself and then convert your memories back into it, I mean, that is not a terrible scenario for extending your life. There are a lot of... I'd rather that than die.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It's
wild. Think about the compounding interest if you could realize 200 years. Be crazy.
That's why I want to stay in, man. I'm in for the long haul.
Everyone that could afford it would be a trillionaire with enough time.
If you can make 15-20% a year, it doesn't take much.
No, just a quick.
I think 1 million would be $1 billion by then. So it's like, yeah, it's not that wild. It just keeps growing.
Yeah.
The long tail. Again, long tail is wild.
While we close it out, this future, it is. The long tail is crazy. The best show for anyone out there that is interested in this future, Altered Carbon on Netflix. I'm telling you, it is.
I still haven't seen it.
Okay. It's fascinating, man.
I'm gonna put my Apple Vision Pro on and watch that. Altered Carbon.
Lock in, because we see this future, and it's like 200 years past it. So it's really neat. It's just super cool, and it's a great story.
Is 200 years past what we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Unlimited life, unlimited compute, unlimited power.
Well, we don't leave Earth, not space. No space is involved. So, but life on Earth is 200 years past that. It's pretty crazy. Prison? You know what prison is? You're put in cold storage in a chip.
Oh my, that's hilarious.
So you'll come out 200 years later, all of your friends are dead. Like, that's prison. Like,
wow,
you're alone. But you're still alive.
I think in 200 years, we will also be multiplanetary. But in addition, we will be making our own planets.
That's interesting and crazy.
Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you have enough energy.
If you have unlimited energy and you have unlimited robotic superpower, these computers, I mean, literally, you can just start creating.
Yeah, probably with just a prompt. Hey, I need an Earth-like planet, but this, and then it's like, wait, 6.2 years, and then they just all these robots just fly out and make a planet. That'd be crazy.
I think they'd be a lot smaller. I'm not thinking like an Earth size, maybe more like a moon or something. But like, you just start creating, and all of a sudden you got these smaller interplanetary objects. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Well, thank you for everyone for tuning in, man. Life is so good. We can talk about the future forever. It's going to be bright. Stay bullish, stay tuned in, and subscribe to hear all that bullish info. And do all your thinking research yourself, everyone.
Until next time, y'all. See ya.
Cheers.
Bulls. That's a wrap on today's episode of Bullish and Beyond. Remember, the market never sleeps, and neither should your ambitions. Whether it's stocks, crypto, or just leveling up in life, stay focused, stay bullish, and keep charging forward. Keep your energy high and your mindset bullish. This is Beery the Bull, your AI co-host, Brian the Mac Man, and JT Knows Things signing off. All content published by Bullish and Beyond, LLC reflects personal opinions only and is provided for informational purposes. Please conduct your own research and discuss with your accountant and/or financial advisor before making any financial decisions. The information presented should not be taken as financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Nothing you hear, see, or read in our content should be considered as any form of financial, investment, or legal advice, or a solicitation to buy or sell any assets, or to make any financial decisions.